same time. So, good evening. This is the the Watford Folk Club song competition. Okay, so we're starting with some performances by the three judges, and the first judge who's going to perform is Tim Brooks.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good luck. Folding money works well if you want to win. Only kidding. I thought about what I'd sing, and rather than choose one of my own many songs, I thought I'd do this because this is a good example of writing a song based on fact. And this is Old Zeb by Larry Kaplan. Old Zeb was a sea captain running a schooner, the Alice S. Wentworth, up and down the coast near Martha's Vineyard. You can see her behind me. He had to hire crew, obviously, to sail it, but he was a big man and he wasn't averse to sailing it himself if he needed to. Larry Kaplan, who wrote the song, quite a songwriter, met Old Zeb towards the end of Zeb's life. He died in 1950. And the words of this song are mostly things that Larry Kaplan, that Old Zeb, Zebedee Tilton, said to Larry Kaplan when he talked to him about his life. And the scene of the song is that Old Zeb liked, in his old age, to walk down to the dockyard with his daughters to see the ship, the Alice Wentworth, that he'd sailed for so many years. So this is called Old Zeb. I'm not tired of the wind, I'm not weary of the sea, but she's probably had a bellyful of a damned old coot like me. Now I'm going ashore while she's bound for better days, but I'll see her topsails flying as I come down off the waves. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Well, I wish I had a nickel for the men I used to know who could load 3 cords of lumber in half an hour or so, who could put up sail by hauling instead of monkeying around. Then I'd be the poorest coaster man this side of Edgar Town. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Any fool can run an engine, it takes brains to work a sail, and I never saw a steamer make much good out of a gale. You can go and pay your taxes on the ration gas you get, but at least for me the wind is free and it hasn't run out yet. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. If I ever get back to her, you know I'll treat her just the same. Jibe when I want to, sail in the freezing rain, run old Alice on the beach. to go dancing in the town, 'cause a man who's fit for hanging probably never will get drowned. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Oh, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Alice sail again. Old Zep.
Hi, well, thanks very much, Tim. That was great. So next to come is Alison Raymond, who's not just a judge, but also the winner of last year's competition. And I'm hoping she's therefore going to be singing her winning song.
Right. Well, yeah. So this lockdown has its issues, but there are blessings as well. One of which is I can wear my Jim Jam trousers. But also, it gave me time to make the trophy for this year, and the winner of this year's competition will win our Phoenix Trophy, representing triumph and disaster. So tradition has it that I should sing the winning song from last year, and so I'll give it a go. Gosh, it seems a long time since I've done much of this sort of thing. Here we go. It's called The King of the Meadow, and last year's competition was on the theme of all creatures great and small. By the light of a candle I witnessed his birthing. By the first light of dawn he was standing, chestnut and cream with a star at his forelock, the finest colt born in the forest. And all through the seasons for 3 years I trained him, broke him and rode him and taught him to plough. 16 hands tall with a stance proud and haughty, that called him the king of the meadow. But kings live in castles and kings go to war, and kings send their soldiers to steal from the poor. They took my brave stallion where the cruel cannons roar. No more the king of the meadow. Commanded to march to the drum and the piper, I followed my horse far from England's green shore, to a land scarred by battle where men live in trenches, and there by God's blessing I found him. The king of the meadow, now naught but a slave, his stable forgotten, his home in a cave, his duty to carry each corpse to its grave, and mine to make dead men to bury. I washed him and brushed him as I had at home, and saddled and bridled I mounted. I whispered, Your Majesty, and tugged at the rein, and we rode from that hell at full gallop. But the wage for desertion is lead from a rifle. My life worth no more than the life in my flesh. But me and the king of the meadow are free, and the sound of the battle is fading. So now we must wander from village to farm. We eat from the hedgerows, we drink from the tarn. Not master and beast, but brothers in arms. Me and the king of the meadow. Not master and beast, but brothers in arms. Me and the king of the meadow. And I should also thank Susan Alexander, who would have been playing a violin solo on that and did indeed last year, but of course this year she can't be with me.
Thanks, Alison. That was great. Yes, that it's one of the problems we're all facing a bit at the moment, which is we can't all be together. And so, last but not least, we have Odette Mitchell. It is Mitchell, isn't it, Odette?
No, it's Michelle.
See, I was corrected on that. Thank you. Thank you. One thing I got right, and I changed it.
It's okay. It happens every time, pretty much. It's easily done.
Okay, so hopefully, I mean, you've been doing lots of things. Perhaps you'd like to tell people what you've been doing, if anything, recently in the lockdown.
Yeah, I've been keeping myself quite busy, keeping well, and yeah, I mean, now that it's the second lockdown, there's not so much outdoor stuff you can do. So yeah, I've been turning focus to indoor things and keeping well. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so my song, I thought I'd play an original song, and it's probably one of my newer songs. I wrote this year, and it's about my great granny Mary, who moved to the cold northwest at 16 and fell pregnant as a teenager out of wedlock, which is obviously very naughty back in the day. The Catholic parents wouldn't have gone down too well. So this is kind of, as no one knew what her love story was, I decided to make one up. This is called St. Helen's Morning. In the year 1873, from Dublin to Liverpool on the Great Sea, from Liverpool town to the collieries, with night times and tenements tall. The oldest was Mary, and at 16 a dear, was to earn a good living, spinning that wheel. But when your days are spent finding the yarn to the reel, true loneliness soon will befall. You sit and work in my day and by night time alone, for I'm in a new country, this is not my home. No matter how far nor how wide I have roamed, St. Helen's is where I'm bound. Forward a future was still to come round. go down through the town. On the bridges she came, over 2 feet of ice, off the road city lanes, straight down through that ice like a ball and a chain, till she saw a young lad about sporting. A young fairy she stood, with her eyes on the prize, with a smile like a spring that glint in her eyes. For she knew that the boy would be easy to guise, for his young heart was set on a courting. She said, I'll give you my heart if you'll stay safe and sound, for you're no good to me if you're laying in the ground. 10 miles east of Liverpool town, they kissed on that St. Helens morning. Oh, and our future lives they were adorned. Well, she never did tire of the days by his side. She was too young to marry or too young and too wild. But by the turn of 2 seasons she'd have him a child. And she said, don't tell me mother or me father. So the young lad he took himself quietly away, and all through that winter his lad would sing, with the dreams of the lad who could offer his mate all the finest of silver and jewels. He said, give me your hand, I'll be forever bound, and you work the fabric and I'll work the ground. 10 miles east of Liverpool town, they kissed on that St. Helens morning. Oh, all our future lives they were adorning. Never young Mary could ever understand that there in St. Helens was where it began. Thank you. Good luck, everybody.
Great, thanks very much. That was a fantastic song as usual. Okay, so now we're on to the competition proper. So we're running it slightly differently this year because we're doing it online. So what's going to happen is that each finalist is going to do a warm-up song and then immediately go on and do their competition song. And then we will move on down the list. And then at the end of all the songs, the judges will go off and judge, and then they'll come back and comment on the songs and then announce the runner-up and the winner. So without more ado, the first people on are Stephen and Judy Wigley, which eventually will be their song Echoes on the Wind. But I'll introduce their first song.
Hi everybody. Our warm-up song is a little song that Julie wrote after a visit to Hereford Cathedral, and we picked up a little book in the bookshop of folk tales and came across this story about a tailor from the village of Kington who swore a great deal, and then one day he got his comeuppance because the devil came for him. The Kington Tailor.
2, 3, 4.
The Kington tailor cut his cloth with care. His practised eye and clever hands, God-given talents rare, with nimble fingers he stitched the seams. But how he spoke the devil's tongue, for all his cursing and his swearing filled the air the whole day long. Fetch a load of coal he went one day, Clee Hill out by Ludlow, met a man along the way who bade the tailor take his measure, bring back a suit all custom made, and at a time and place appointed for his service he'd be well paid. So from the shoulders he measured the man down, his chest and waist and trousered legs still there upon the ground. Too late he witnessed 2 cloven feet, his poor heart faltered, now at last he knew what all his cursing and his swearing in the end had brought him to. Don't talk the devil's talk, he's sure to want for more. He'll come a-searching for your soul, for your soul, knock knocking at your door. The time to keep the bargain soon drew nigh. All payment warned the parson, the tailor must deny. They rode together before the dawn to make delivery, both much afraid. And there beyond a hedge well hidden out of sight, the parson knelt and prayed. And to the devil then the suit of clothes he gave, who proffered gold enough for any mortal man to crave. But by its taking he knew he'd sell his soul. He fought temptation till the cock thrice crew. The devil fled, the tailor pledged he'd curse no more the rest of his life through. Don't talk the devil's talk, he's sure to want for more. He'll come a-searching for your soul, for your soul, knock knocking at your door. Don't talk the devil's talk, he's sure to want for more. He'll come a-searching for your soul, for your soul, knock knocking at your door.
Thanks a lot. And our song for the competition came from a little songwriting challenge we've been running during lockdown with half a dozen of our friends, and each month one of them's set the subject to write a song about, and they've been picking the most obscure subjects. And this particular month, a couple of months ago, the subject was pylons. And I happen to know a little bit about the air racing that takes place in America, in Nevada at Reno, every September. And it's supposedly the fastest motorsport in the world, extremely dangerous. And it used to take place in Cleveland in the 20s and 30s until a crash on the city suburbs killed quite a few people, and the races were banned for many years until after the war. But a guy called Bill Sheard had a dream of restarting them, and he lived on a ranch in Nevada with his own airstrip out in the wild, so bags of space and very safe. And in 1964 he managed to organise a very small race from his ranch, and it took off from there. And 2 years later the American Air Base near Reno came up for sale, and he bought the land, and ever since then, since 1965, the racing's taken place at Reno. And at that time in the 60s, a lot of Second World War fighter aeroplanes were coming up for sale cheaply, and they could be bought and people were buying them and tuning the engines and turning them into racers. So from the ashes of Cleveland, the racers were reborn, and they've carried on every year until this year. The pandemic's actually stopped it this year, but hopefully they'll resume again next year. And sadly, quite a few people have managed to kill themselves during the races, but it's one of the most spectacular sports. And pylons came in because they race round an 8-mile course in the desert around 10 pylons. So this song's called Echoes on the Wind, and it refers to the echoes of the engines, many of which were Rolls-Royce, Merlins and Griffons built in Derby where we live.
2, 3, 4.
Nevada skies, high desert sand, rock strewn and glowing tumbleweed. This is where Bill Stead fulfilled his dream to revive the quest for airborne speed. In Cleveland, Ash, the race had died, till here at Reno back in '65, once more they soared into the air. Old warbirds resurrected. In 2s and 3s, the distant hum of engines fill September skies. Like swallows on the wing they come, each pilot here to seek that prize. Fine-tuned and polished, gleaming proud, in peaceful competition now, to be the fastest and the best. As for the rest, the devil may take them. In readiness, the pylons wait to mark the course and watch them go. These men, a special breed apart, who test the limits of their skill. They've worked and labored for these days, they lay their lives upon the line. For many they have crashed and burned here in the high Nevada. The pace plane leads them down the chute and climbs away to watch them go. The bleachers packed, the crowds are here, the trade stands, burgers and the beer. All eyes fix skyward as they pass and make the turns until at last the leaders round the final tower, their engines fairly howling. In readiness, the pylons wait to mark the course and watch them go. These men, a special breed apart, who test the limits of their skill. And one trails smoke and peels away to land before the flames take hold. The fire trucks race to see him safe, as down the runway soon he rolls. The racers run, the pylons stand, in silent witness in the sand. The trophy's one more legend born. New heroes on the wing now. The Merlin, Wasp and Griffin's cry, just echoes on the wind. Just echoes on the wind.
Well done, Steve and Julia. That was really good. Nice to hear some good harmonies there. All right, so
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. So moving swiftly on, we go on to Pete McKenna, who's going to sing an introductory song, and then his competition song, which is called "The Good Old Times Again."
Yes. All right. Good evening, everybody, from sunny Birmingham. Thank you for inviting me to join your competition this evening. My first song is a song I wrote a couple of years ago. I decided to write a song each month about events of that month. And this is October's. We were on holiday in Spain, and we were in a bar, and I got cornered by this old Spanish chap who proceeded to tell me his life story. The thing was, he couldn't speak English, and my Spanish is very basic. But it seemed he'd lived a very ordinary kind of life, really. But I kind of added a bit to it. It's called "Climb So High." I have walked 1,000 miles and back again. I've gambled and I've lost a bet. I've sailed across the oceans and the seas, seen things that you ain't supposed to see. Climbed so high, I almost touched the sky. Held my breath, so I wouldn't have to lie. Left my breath. Sometimes I am dry. Oh, trouble was a friend I sometimes knew. I'm not proud of the things we used to do. Playing games with the way some people feel. Never stayed long enough to seal the deal. Climbed so high, I almost touched the sky. Held my breath, so I wouldn't have to lie. Turned my back when I made them cry. I was bought, I was sold, I even stole. After me, I think they must have broke the mold. I wouldn't trust me as far as I could throw. Said I'd stay, but you know that I will go. Climbed so high, I almost touched the sky. Held my breath, so I wouldn't have to lie. Got no shame, I know I am to blame. Climbed so high, I almost touched the sky. Held my breath, so I wouldn't have to lie. Got no shame, I know I am to blame. Thank you very much, very kind of you. But the song I submitted for the competition was a few friends had wrote COVID-19 type songs, so I was determined not to write one, and then kind of sadly did inadvertently. I was struck by how many people were talking about the good old days, and at first I thought they were talking about the 50s, 60s, 70s kind of thing. But they were talking about a couple of weeks ago when they could go out to the pub and things, go shopping and things like that. Really. And so it just kind of reminded me of the good old times. I thought it was a good theme for a song. So it's called The Good Old Times Again. Well, sometimes it rains cats and dogs. Sometimes you have to kiss frogs. There's no getting away from that feeling one day. It will all be worthwhile, will it not? One of these days my ship will come in, my numbers come up and the lottery I'll win. I'll share it with you, 'cause you know where I've been. Like those good old times again. I once wore a shirt and a tie, and I polished both my shoes, that's no lie. I wore the suit you bought for me, the one I let you choose. My confidence was growing thanks to booze. I know I wasted time not telling you the truth, but you know how scared I get, as if you needed proof. Been alone so long, it's like pulling. Like those good old times again. Like those good old times again. You know you're welcome here. Like an old friend dropping by for a beer. Like those good old times again. I kept all your things just in case. I lied when I said I'd misplaced. I'd dress in your clothes from my head to my toes. I must say you had style, you had grace. Anyone else, I'll say I'm doing fine. I'm putting it out there, laying it on the line. I'll never admit it feels like those good old times again. At those good old times again. You know you're welcome here. Like an old friend dropping by for a beer. It'll be like those good old times again. It'll be like those good old times again. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Pete. Thanks a lot. Okay, so next up is Bob Hines, and I think Bob's probably put in a song for every single one of our folk song competitions. You will probably correct me about that.
No, I missed one, you.
Well, there you go. But no, I don't think you've ever won it yet, have you?
No.
No, it's a travesty. I shouldn't say
Keep
that.
trying.
Well, maybe this time. So, yeah, over to you, Tim. Over to you,
Okay.
Bob, sorry.
So, first song I'll do is one that I wrote a number of years ago. It's about a club I used to go when I was a young man, called the Midnight Cabaret. At the Midnight Cabaret, leave the world outside and dance the night away from the light. Smoky kisses are made. You can take back what you gave at the Midnight Cabaret. It all slips away at the Midnight Cabaret. Joe works the bar. One day he'll pack it in, but he knows that he can't. He'll list all the cocktails he'll make, and somehow they all taste the same at the Midnight Cabaret. It all slips away, but oh, no one knows her name, but she'll dance for you just the same. Still chasing stardom and fame at the cabaret. It all slips away at the midnight cabaret. Leave the world outside. Well, thank you very much. So the song that I put through the competition, Triumph and Disaster. I've always been fascinated by the blues and the way that the blues manages to take a bad situation, was born out of a bad situation, but quite often turns it around and turns quite jolly songs out, actually. So that's really the sort of theme of this song. It's called Singing the Blues. You may have... Well, let me sing you a happy song. Now let me sing to you. Well, somehow, somewhere it all goes wrong. I end up singing the blues. My girlfriend left me some time ago. She left me for someone new. Now why did she leave? Why did she go and leave me singing the blues? Oh, comedy or tragedy, the choice I always make. I end up singing happily, but I can't smile if I ain't. So let me take it way down low, right down to my shoes. You'll understand if you're on your own why I end up singing the blues. Well, let me be, oh let me be. We all have a choice to say. A man always starts so happily, but it never ends too well. So let me take it way down low, right down to my shoes. You see, I triumphed over adversity. I make my living now singing the blues. I triumphed over adversity. I made my living singing the blues. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob, that's great. Okay, so next up we have Simon Meakin, who I don't think I've ever met, so I can't say so much about. And we will eventually be doing a song called After.
Hi. Hopefully you can hear me now. You getting some sound from me? Okay. I'm getting the thumbs up, but I can't hear anything anyway. So, okay, I'm going to just play a little warm-up song. This is a new song for me, something that I put together just a couple of weeks ago. And it's quite sentimental, really, but this is a song, it's a song called Smile. Smile that made the world seem that all was okay. You always knew what it was that I needed you to say. You just the rambling views and express a proud delight at our news. You were there when things were breaking the day. So I'd search you out and find a way. To see you smile, to see you smile. Oh, you smile. The home you made was so warm, we used to glow. You wrapped us in your thoughts, and you never let us go. You taught us to do the best that we could. Be clear, be true, and be understood. You were always there when we needed you to be. If I wanted strength, well, all I had to see was your smile. Yeah, you smile. Oh, you smile. And now we miss you in every way. But your memories are inside us, and there they'll stay. And though you may no longer be with us on this day, when I close my eyes and drift away, I see you smile. Yeah, you smile. Oh, you smile. I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is my. Oh, I better change my capo position. This is my competition entry, and this is a song called After, and I wrote this song a few months ago, during the first lockdown, and it was when all the festivals and everything was just getting cancelled, and we have a festival near where I live in Tame, and the day I wrote this they'd actually just cancelled their festival, and Towsy had cancelled, and quite a few other people. So I put this together really as a way of kind of looking forward to when all this stuff's over. And the context has changed to an extent, because it seems such a long way away, and but now maybe we're getting closer. So this is a song called After. Let's gather soon in the market square. We'll sing and we'll dance and we'll celebrate there. Let's drink and laugh till the sun sets away. Stay up all night, greet the new day. Let's run down the streets and paint them gold, and rejoice in those who were so bold, with our heads held high for what was done. Each of us giants, everyone, and it's all right. We stood together in this darkest of night, and it's all right from now on. from the darkness we must see a fondness in our memory. Let's celebrate now how we have changed, and all of the things we rearranged. And it's all alright. We stood together in this darkness of night, and it's all alright from now on. Let's gather soon in the market square. Let's sing and we'll dance and we'll celebrate there. Let's gather soon in the market square. Yeah, we'll sing and we'll dance and we'll celebrate there. Let's gather soon in the market square. And we'll sing and we'll dance and we'll celebrate there. Let's gather soon in the market square. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Simon. I think we're all hoping to get to that stage eventually now. So moving on, now got Rob C. Force, who's going to give 2 songs, and his competition song is a song in praise of public transport, which is quite a rarity in folk terms, I think. Over to you, Rob.
Thanks everybody. Hello. All right. Yeah. Sorry. I thought I'd start with a song that I know. A song I wrote about 10 years ago. Before I play a song that I don't know, which I wrote about less than 10 weeks ago. This is a song I wrote on a train journey from Truro. I don't know if you know it. It's the westernmost city in Plymouth, in Britain. From Truro to Plymouth, which is my hometown. And it's a song about a train. My second song's about a bus, this one's about a train. I love public transport. I've been riding the rail, listening to waits, pretending I'm crossing the United States. As one lover departs, another comes home. They will have each other wherever they roam. Cross the tracks of my tears, through the tunnel of love, on the new bridge of sighs that takes me above. I'm counting the stops till I see you again. In my head I'm writing this song about a train. A song about a train. A song about a train. And I'm counting the stops till I see you again. On a wall of graffiti, a secret unfolds. But you know that some stories are better untold. It's funny how you find that the view from a train can even make your own hometown look strange. Funny how the rail always equals romance. How the rhythm and motion lead you a dance. There's joy and there's sorrow through the sunshine and rain. They are driving me to write this song about a train. A song about a train. A song about a train. And I'm counting the stops till I see you again. And it's a word from a platform. Well, it's a hug as you leave. In a new destination where you can always believe. And the tears and the laughter, they come flooding back out to remind you that this is what life's really about. I've been riding the rail, listening to waits, pretending I'm crossing the United States. As one lover departs, another comes home. They will have each other wherever they roam. Cross the tracks of my tears through the tunnel of love, on the new bridge of sighs that takes you above. I'm counting the stops till I see you again. In my head I'm writing this song about a train, a song about a train. Well, it's a song about a train. And all this time I've been traveling, I've been writing this song about a train. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, here's my song for the competition. As I mentioned, that song was written on a train journey from Truro to Plymouth. Plymouth's my hometown. I've got a feeling it might be Jake's hometown as well, if he's still here. We can't see him up there. Maybe he's on the other page. The next song I wrote like a couple of months ago, and it's a song about triumph and disaster, actually. The disaster being one of the biggest disasters of the 20th century, the Second World War. And this is a song, I grew up on an estate in Plymouth called Whitley, which was one of the biggest housing estates to be built in this country after the Second World War. And Whitley was actually originally a couple of farms, and Plymouth City Council compulsorily purchased the farms and built a massive housing estate on it. And that's where I was born. And I found a book recently by the chairman of the first Whitley Residents Association, and a really fascinating book about the development of that council estate. And the council's motto was houses first, amenities later. Which sounds okay until you realise that your house is like in the middle of a field about 2 miles away from any public transport. Cut a long story short, the big event of the book, really, the bit of the book that really kind of moved me was the day the first bus turned up in Whitley, which was actually about 2 years after the first people started living there. Up to that stage, they'd just been abandoned there, really. And the first bus arriving was a triumphant kind of cause for massive celebration, and they made tea and cakes for the bus driver and the conductor, and everybody kind of lined the streets and cheered as the bus turned up into Whitley Estate. A bit like when the railroad kind of made to a new station in the west or something, I suppose. So this song's called The Day the First Bus Came to Town. We feel stranded here, yet they think it's our riddle. Abandoned by those pushing pens. They said you should be grateful, but you're troublemakers. They couldn't see it through our lens. Trudging through dark muddy fields, wet cement and tar, the daily run, the gauntlet thrown, contempt held from afar. We line the streets all gathered round the day the first bus came to town, clapped and cheered and stamped the ground. The wheels so perfectly round, the horn a beautiful sound. So line the streets and gather round, 'cause today the first bus came to town. Times were hard back then, but then they always are. Still there's no excuses. They They built the house, but then they didn't build the roads. And all their platitudes were useless. And like the farmers you sent packing, we all struggle to relocate. But we came back stronger fighting, took control of our own fate. We lined the streets, all gathered round. The day the first bus came to town, clapped and cheered and stamped the ground. The wheels so perfectly round, the horn a beautiful sound. So grab a seat and settle down, 'cause today the first bus came to town. And I come from a city that's just been destroyed. Well, that's a repeat of a show that I want to avoid. And every new pavement and every new road brought joy to a people once sad to behold. We trip over memories and walk into walls. The house where I was born still stands, whilst everything around it falls. We line the streets all gathered round. The day the first bus came to town, clapped and cheered and stamped the ground. The wheels so perfectly round, the horn a beautiful sound. So paint your face and we'll paint the town, 'cause today the first bus came to town. Today the first bus came to town. So gather round. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks very much, Rob.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob Seaforth. That's a great song, and I can assure you that's probably the song with the longest title of the evening as well.
I like long titles.
So now we're moving on to Nicky Blatchley, and this is a singing style after my own heart, because he's singing unaccompanied, and up until relatively recently that was pretty much all I did as well. So over to Nicky Blatchley.
Yeah, I've unmuted myself. Yeah, good evening. Right, my first song is about an 18th century wild boy who became a 9 days wonder and then ended up spending the rest of his life in southwest Hertfordshire. Not actually in Watford, but not a million miles away. It's called Peter in the Forest. I was singing in the forest among the wolves and bears. The oak trees gave me nourishment. I was happy there. And the stars were singing back to me through the autumn night. I was living underneath the trees. I was living in the light. Peter in the forest, far away from homes of men. Peter in the forest, I was happy then. Then the hunters laid a trap for me. They took me as their prey. They bound my hands, they bound my feet, and they took me far away. I was singing in the palace. where the king kept me for show. They tried to teach the ways of men, they dressed me up in clothes, and the people came to stare at me until they had stared their fill. I closed my eyes, and in my mind I was in the forest still, Peter in the forest, far away from homes of men. Peter in the forest, I was happy then. They questioned, was I really human? They questioned, did I have a soul? And when they'd finished asking questions, they sent me to another home. Now I'm singing in the village where the kindly people dwell. I've found a home in Hertfordshire where I am treated well. And there are woods of oak and hornbeam, and I hear them call to me. And sometimes on an autumn night I wander through the trees, Peter in the forest, far away from homes of men. Peter in the forest, I was happy then. And the stars are singing back to me through the autumn night. Peter in the forest, living in the light. Peter in the forest, living in the light. Thank you. Right, my contest song is called Lullaby, brackets, all of your dreams will come true, close brackets. I've always wanted to do a brackets title. This is it's a lullaby to all the children of the world. There's a lot to be negative about, not just this year, but there's always hope when there's still the best of human nature around. Lule, lule, go to sleep, little one. When the wind blows, the night will be done. If you dream hard enough till you wake in the dawn, all of your dreams will come true. The world's full of hatred without any cause, from language, religion and race. Some kill each other in unending wars, others just spit in your face. But you can't see the difference when you're hugging someone, and I love you sounds much the same in all tongues. If you dream hard enough till the bright day has come, all of your dreams will come true. Lule, lule, go to sleep, little one. When the wind blows, the night will be gone. If you dream hard enough till the first light of dawn, all of your dreams will come true. The world that by rights should have one day been yours is dying of ignorance and greed. The beauty of nature will soon be no more as we poison and choke every seed. But a child sees the beauty of a butterfly's flight and knows that each leaf is a wonderful sight. If you dream hard enough until the first light, all of your dreams will come true. Lule, lule, go to sleep, little one. When the wind blows, the night will be gone. If you dream hard enough till you wake in the dawn, all of your dreams will come true. We've poisoned the future we were keeping for you, and lost all our dreams on the way. But if you dream hard, and if you dream true, tomorrow's another day. And if all the world's children have the strength to believe, turn your backs on the voices that try to deceive. If you dream through the night and from morning till eve, all of your dreams will come true. Lule, lule, go to sleep, little one. When the wind blows, the night will be gone. If you dream hard enough till you wake in the dawn, all of your dreams will come true. All of your dreams will come true.
Thanks very much, Nicky. You can relax now. Okay, yeah, so I must say one of the benefits of the first lockdown, at least, is I got out on my bicycle a lot more regularly and found some of those nice country parts around South West Herts. So on now to the next entrance, which is Mark Ashworth. He's going to be eventually doing Ill Wind. Over to Mark.
Thanks, Nigel. Okay, my take on the competition theme is characteristically miserable, so I thought I should probably start with a cheerful song for contrast, but I don't know any. So this one is a little tale of love and loss in the Second World War, but with a slightly optimistic twist somewhere. It's called Go Dancing. Well, Billy says we're sailing. The orders came today. We're off to face the enemy, but where I cannot say. So Polly, come out dancing one last time, and then I wonder, will you wait for me till I return again? Polly said, now Billy, well, don't you talk that way. We don't know what the future holds. I can only pray that someday we'll go dancing just like we did before, and we won't have to worry about parting anymore. Well, Polly read the letter that told how Billy died. But even as the tears fell down, she couldn't quite decide. Was she weeping for the dancing, or for this broken world, or for a fading picture of a different boy and girl? Well, Johnny came to England in the spring of '44 with an accent from the movies and gifts from the PX store. He said, Polly, come out dancing, we'll waltz the night away. Tomorrow's too uncertain, let's live just for today. So in the midst of all the madness, she and Johnny did their best to find sweet consolation among the bitterness. One evening Johnny didn't come to take her to the dance. He said his plane went down in flames somewhere over France. Well, Polly's done with dancing, she's just getting through the days, but she's memories to hold on to, and no regrets, she says. 'Cause you're lucky if you've once known love, so be glad you had your chance, and when her baby's old enough, she'll teach her how to dance. Thank you. And so my competition song is called Ill Wind. And it's a common expression people use. It's an ill wind that blows no one any good, generally meaning that there's no situation so bad that there isn't some kind of positive element to it. I'm not sure that's true of quite a lot of negative situations, but it certainly helps helps you to find some good in disastrous situations if you're prepared to just exploit other people and take things for yourself without worrying about anyone else. So this is a bit of a cry of anger, really, about some of the things that go on in the world. So Ill Wind. There's a storm over the channel, heavy weather on the shore, leaking boats bringing people fleeing poverty and war. Hostile voices stir resentment, there's no welcome guaranteed, but there's still a heavy price to pay to feed the gangsters' greed. Profit out of pain, every loss can be somebody's gain, and it's an ill wind that blows no one any good. amid fever and infection, many struggle to survive. Some fear to lose their livelihood, some fear to lose their lives. But there's jobs and cozy contracts for those with friends in power, and a blind eye always turned when the sweetheart deals go sour. Profit out of pain, every loss can be somebody's gain, and it's an ill wind that blows no one any good. So if you know the right people, you grease the right palms. If you backstab your neighbor without any qualms, if you're happy just to help yourself and rob the others blind, then you might turn disaster into triumph of some kind. Profit out of pain, every loss can be somebody's gain, and it's an ill wind that blows no one any good. Profit out of pain, every loss can be somebody's gain, and it's an ill wind that blows no one any good. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mark. Good song. And I should say that Mark also submitted another really good song called Floodplain, but only one's allowed to go through to the finals. Anyway, back now to Paul Finken, who's going to sing One Man's Journey after his opening song.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Supposed to be Jake on the list.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be next because it's not the name I've got next. So I wonder if is Jake here.
Sorry, it was my fault. So, but now you're on. You might as well carry on.
Okay.
We couldn't go through an evening without me making a big mistake at some point.
Yeah, just. Anyway, this is the first song I'm going to do. My warm-up song is one that I've actually done before at the Watford Folk Club competition. 2 years ago, it was my entry. I think the theme was superstition and folklore, or folklore and superstition, something along those lines. And this was my entry. It's called Superstition Blues. I'd resurrect it for this occasion. When I started seeing Josie, I thought I found the one. She had sparkly eyes and we had so much fun. But when I got to know her, I began to have my doubts. Her superstitious nature just wears me out. Josie's got a horseshoe and a four-leaf clover. If she spills salt, she throws it over her shoulder. And then she touches wood. When I looked inside her handbag, I found a rabbit's foot. She never ever walks under a ladder, but choosing a table or even matter, she won't choose candles as a birthday gift. And she won't go to floor 13 when she's in a lift. If she sees a magpie, she looks for some more. Won't open an umbrella when she's indoors. If there's a crack in the pavement, she'll step around it with a curse. Apparently bad omens can sometimes be reversed. If she ever hears somebody sneeze, she says, God bless you, to put them at ease, cause that stops them from getting the plague. know just how that works. On that she's a little vague. Josie won't open, scissors on her bed. Breaking a mirror fills her with dread. She won't pass anybody on the stairs. If she sees a black cat, she'll be saying her prayer. And when the day is Friday the 13th, she crosses her fingers and she doesn't wear green. She really believes that fate is in our stars. She's been to too many mystic seminars. She's got a tincture for this, a thorn for that, an essence of some other cosmic tat. She's got a whole set of crystal therapy. She's got a room full of nonsense, but she won't find room for me. I've had enough of portents, enough of wishbones, enough of the healing prophet as a stone. You can have too much serendipity. I'm sorry, Josie, it's the last you'll see of me. I'm sorry, Josie, it's the last you'll see of me. Thank you. Okay, for my competition song, Triumph and Disaster, slightly more serious, well actually hugely more serious. It's all about the slave trade, and I have to say that I just want to point out that there's been much in the news this year, what with the BLM movement and so on, but I submitted this about 2 weeks before all that started, so it didn't come out of that, and wasn't jumping on any handmaids, honest. He tore them from the homesteads in the clearing. He rounded up the very strongest men. He had them shackled up on board together, and he kept them there like creatures in a pen. And if they got a sickness on the journey, he reckoned they would be too weak to save. Their bodies were dragged up onto the main deck, destined for a watery grave. One man's journey to disaster is the other man's triumphant gain. One is slave, the other master. One man's torment is the other man's shame. And when at last their fateful journey ended, he marched survivors to the auction hall. And there he filled his pockets with his takings, no thought for his captives at all. He filled his boat with a cargo of molasses. He set sail with tobacco, rum and furs, and he returned in triumph back in England with a tiny sum in his purse. One man's journey to disaster is the other man's triumphant gain. One is slave, the other master. One man's torment is the other man's shame. You may ask how such a man could have existed. You may wonder how he could sleep at night. Did he see that he'd created a disaster? Or did he just think that might is right? Don't imagine that this scourge is over. Don't believe there's evils in the past. Can we ever rid the world of subjugation and end the blight of slavery at last? One man's journey to disaster, the other man's triumph and gain. One is slave, the other master. One man's torment is the other man's shame.
So, thanks very much, Paul. We have a slightly extended journey. We've eventually have arrived now at Jake Rolinson. Sorry, Jake.
That's all right. No worries. So yeah, good evening. Rob was right. So I live in Plymouth as well. I'm from the Midlands originally, but I've been here for 12 or 13 years now. So I'm very well rooted. So I'm going to do, for a warm up, I'm going to do a traditional song. I'm going to do Claudie Banks because the song I've written is a bit about death. So I thought I'd do one about love to sort of even it out. So Claudie Banks. As I walked out one evening, all in the month of May, down by a flowery garden where Betsy she did stray, I overheard this young maid in sorrow to complain, all for an absent lover who ploughs the raging main. I boldly stepped up to her to put her in surprise. She swore she did not know me being all in surprise. I said, me charming creature, my only heart's delight, how far have you to travel this dark and stormy night? Away to the Claudie Banks, sir, if you'll show me the way, and pity my condition, but there I must away. I go in search of a young man, and Johnny is his name, and on the banks of Claudie I'm told he does remain. If your Johnny, he was here this night, he'd wrap you in his arms, but he's ploughing the wide ocean in tempest and in storms. He ploughs the briny ocean for honour and for gain, but I'm told his ship's got a wreck, it all off the coast of Spain. When Betsy heard this dreadful news, she fell into despair, with the wringing of her hands and the tearing of her hair. Since my Johnny's gone and left me, no other make, and I'll ramble some dark valley alone, all for his sake. Well, when I heard her crying so I could no longer stand, I fell into her arms, crying, Betsy, I'm that man. I am your faithful young man, and who you thought was slain. And since we meet on Claudie Banks, we'll never part again. That's Claudie Banks. I'm getting red up now, so I'm going to take this off. Not very much. So the song I've written is it's sort of within the tradition. the idea of it is that when Dick Turpin was captured in Yorkshire in the kind of early part of the 18th century, he was going under the alias of John Palmer. So I kind of came up with an idea that in that part of Yorkshire there already was a John Palmer. So when they found him and they were like, oh, there's this chap called John Palmer, they actually got the wrong chap, which didn't happen, but in this story it did. So it's the Ballad of John Palmer. And the dog's just come up for a stroke, so that's why I'm a bit a bit in two heads. But hello, Ballad of John Palmer. Me name it is John Palmer, I'm a carpenter by trade. The best for miles around, at least that's what they used to say. In Yorkshire in the year of 1738, a man called Richard Turpin took my name but not my face. He was wanted by the law for killing the king's deer, and I do curse the very day he came and sheltered here. For while in York he took my name, professed it as his own, and the magistrates were wary, so they visited my home. They said, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Well, out went I to answer those who called to me by name and charged me with the robbery of horses from the plain. I told them I was not their man and damned them all to hell. They answered with a club, and so I woke up in this cell. Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard, fate it is the news. I begged and I did plead with them all on my bended knee. Though the name they said was mine, the crime did not belong to me. My wife came to identify, and believing all the lies, she spat into my face and said she wanted me to die. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Well, I was here so long I thought I'd rot all into bones, and in this cell my thoughts were of my family and home. And then one day the jailer came, he said my time had come. The jury found me guilty, by the neck I would be hung. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. So up onto the scaffold like a puppet on a string, I made my absolutions to prepare me for the swing. The floor opened from under me, and then I fell like lead. And as the crowd were cheering, they confirmed that I was dead. We know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. So how they say they found this highwayman, I understand. He wrote a letter home so they could verify his hand. But as I sit here in me grave, I only think to say that if your name is Palmer, you may live to rue the day. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Apologies, John Palmer. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Jake. And I think I would say that it's very much in the tradition of the broadside ballads to tell a story
Thank you.
that pretends to be news and is actually not true. So, to finish, last but definitely not least, we have Chris Wilson. So, Chris,
Hi.
over to you.
Hi. Gosh, going last after all those amazing songs. The pressure's on. Okay, so for the warm-up song, I'm going to do Graham Miles's Sea Coal, because it's also from the Northeast, which is where I'm from, and the competition song is set. So. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man call. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man call. If we go buy a bag, we'll have naught left at all, and we need a bit money to buy bread and meat. And if we go hungry, then at least we'll still have heat. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man call. Who'll buy? Who'll buy? Hear the man cry. It's just a few shillings for the finest of fuel. Come stoke up your fire now, for the weather here is cruel. It's a cold place in winter, is Old Hartlepool. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man call. See him at the end of the road. And if we don't buy quick, then it all will be sold. And I can see by his wagon that small is his load. And if we go hungry, then we needn't still be cold. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man call. Sea coal, sea coal, hear the man, sea coal. Thank you. And okay, so the submission, and it really should be sang with our good friends Jess Foster and Anita Riley, who were on the recording with me, but due to lockdown, we have to be split up. So I'm just gonna have to sing this a cappella and on my own. So it's thanks to them too. So this is a song called Signal Hill, and it's about the 1966 tragedy of the St. Finbar, which was a super trawler from Hull, where I'm from, that went down on its maiden voyage. So in the concept of all of this triumph, there was a real tragedy. And the song's about someone ashore imploring a sea deity from Newfoundland, which is where the ship went down to save the men on board. The winter stills the leaves with ice. I stand where we once lay. At 17 when we thought it wise, before you sailed away. I said a prayer for you and your men, but then on the ice did see, oh, the shadow of a great seabird, but no sound for its company. No bird I saw there up in flight, when then I searched the skies. Oh, a sorry omen for my love and all who sail tonight. Oh, search the waves off Signal Hill, trace the shore to Trepassé. Search the seas, bring them home, safe home. Oh, find him by his compass rose, tattooed to guide him home. Find him by his jet black hair and his eyes of garnet stone. Find him by his voice as kind as saints can calm the waves. Find them, oh, and spare them, oh, from Newfoundland's graves. Oh, search the waves off Signal Hill, trace the shore to Trepassé. Search the seas, bring them home, safe home. Oh, find them by their bravery, that heart that drives them on. Find them by their smoking pipes and the bonds that they have grown. Find them by their ganseys warm that we for them did darn. Find them all and spare them all. Find them free from harm. Oh, search the waves off Signal Hill, trace the shore to Trepassé. Search the seas, bring them home, safe home. Oh, search the waves off Signal Hill, trace the shore to Trepassé. Search the seas, bring them home, safe home. O spectre of a seabird, visit me no more. And said, no, please don't draw him down, but return him safe to shore.
That's a great performance, even despite having to do it all on your own. So now that we come to that's come through all of the competition songs, and the judges are going to go off into a separate room in Zoom. Hopefully, Tim's going to take them away. It was last December, I suppose. We started a band called the Moorcrofters, and it should be 3 of us, and there are only 2. Hopefully, this is going to work. So we got together as a band, and we managed to do 2 gigs, and then lockdown arrived, which was not the best of ways of mixing things together. But we're going to do some songs. This song is starting with a song called Whiskey, the Whiskey song. So this song was written whilst you must remember the days when we used to travel, and I used to travel quite regularly for work, and this song started while I was sitting on a board in an Irish bar in Cologne, staring at a row of bottles. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life, I've tried you all from Tokyo to Fife. Sipped you in pleasure, downed you in strife. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Glenfiddich began this strange adventure. Glenmorangie followed behind. Now I'm on a spiritual venture, all the global taste to find. Bushmill, Star of Ulster's Hills, Glenlivet, need it, had it, love it. Old Suntory, Japanese glory, each day one more whiskey story. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life, I've tried you all from Tokyo to Fife. Sipped you in pleasure, downed you in strife. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Talisker Pete was wonderful neat. Redbreast clearly was not of the best. Kentucky gave me Maker's Mark, and Highland Park was quite a lark. Jack and Coke was surely a joke. Belvini meets my secret plea. Irish Scotch or bourbon will do, even a dodgy Korean brew. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life, I've tried you all from Tokyo to Fife. Sipped you in pleasure, downed you in strife. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Glendalough was never enough. Tullamore Dew, I need a few. Single malt blended, downright chemical. Reaching the morn could be a miracle. Blackbush, Jameson, Paddy, Powers, Bowmore, Ardbeg, teachers' bells. With you I'll spend such happy hours until they ring my funeral knell. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life, I've tried you all from Tokyo to Fife. Sipped you in pleasure, downed you in strife. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life, I've tried you all from Tokyo to Fife. Sipped you in pleasure, downed you in strife. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Whiskey, whiskey, water of life. Thanks. So that's. I've been running on tea all evening, so I shall definitely be changing over to that later. So next song was the reason we actually formed as a band. So I should say we're missing, with only 2/3 of us, because we couldn't work out any way of getting 3 people in different places to perform together. So we're missing our excellent fiddle player, Ellie Hill. And hopefully she's listening, so so it's worth me saying that. So this next song is called Bricks, and it was my competition winning song for the St Albans song competition, which was last year. Was it last year? It was last year, yes. So this is all about Roman bricks through the ages. In the valley by the river, Verulamium was born, a brand new Roman British city. From local clay, small bricks they form. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. Britons roared in seeking vengeance, baked bricks fired a second time, but Roman brick is soon rebuilding, reused bricks so hard and fine. At length the empire's tide receded, leaving stones and DNA. Bricks neath grassy mounds were hid, till Saxons came to join the fray. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. With the Saxons came new vigour, up the hill they built again, bricks unearthed and stones recovered, raised onto a higher plane. Soon the Normans joined the party, built an abbey grand and strong. Roman bricks made towers sturdy, Viking genes they joined the throng. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. soon the Normans joined. Bound above the abbey grew the Tudor king with Welsh allegiance, the monks from monastery through. So Roman bricks again were surplus, and uphill one last time they've gone to help the town become a city. Watch the people merge to one. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. So modern buildings spread and soar with blocks of many shapes of hue, but perhaps small Roman bricks give firm foundations to a few. Likewise St. Albans people bloom as further racial mixing builds a soaring ziggurat of life. Each brick like gene fresh life instills. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. Romans, Britons, Saxons, Normans, one by one they've seen them all merge to form this mongrel nation, watched by Roman bricks so small. Still no judges back. Perhaps a bit optimistic, really. Right. Yes. It's also more. This next song's also about travelling. So, as I said, I used to travel like at one point it was like 3 weeks out of 4. I'd be somewhere in Europe, and now I barely leave my house. It's crazy how it's changed. And someone said I should write a song about it, and that's what I've done here. And it's called Hotels, therefore, 'cause it's all about the different hotels I've stayed in. And yeah, all of it's true, pretty much, too. Okay, Steve. Bright lights, big city, small town in dimming gloom. I don't care how bright it is, as long as there's a room. Friendly family tavern, lost change don't give a toss. One gets from accustomed to the other, it's no loss. Oh, just another strange hotel. One very strange hotel, just another very strange hotel. Whoa, whoa. Rail tracks rumble closely, perched beside a motorway. In a park with roaming deer, on a street that's rather gay. Eating by sign language in a distant Chinese mall. Left-handed chopsticks baffling the owner of the stall. Oh, just another strange hotel. One very strange hotel, just another very strange hotel. Whoa, whoa. Dodgy chipboard wardrobe, cold showers outside snow, plumbing like the tube map, pipes that rattle and blow. Rooms large or pokey, one with door height 4'2", limbo dancing into glory, crawling out to find the view. Oh, just another strange hotel. One very strange hotel, just another very strange hotel. Whoa, whoa. Rough straw, soft feather, how will that mattress lie? Each night a sleep adventure, dawn rush or creep on by. Thick duvet, thin blankets, sometimes no warmth at all. Room can be as hot as hell or freeze a monkey's fall. Oh, just another strange hotel. One very strange hotel, just another very strange hotel. Whoa, whoa. Fresh eggs and bacon, steamed rice and chicken feet, pickled fish means sweet and unexpected breakfast treat. Some when they know me, a warm and cozy nest. All these oddities don't matter with a comfy place to rest. Oh, just another strange hotel. One very strange hotel, just another very strange hotel. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Still no judges though. Blimey. Yeah, amazing how much I used to travel and how little I do now. It's crazy. So this next song, blimey, it all started from the first line, basically, which I said sort of by accident in the conversation, and I thought, oh, that sounds good, and wrote it down. It's called Delusion, and looking at it, it applies now, and I suspect it's a song that's going to apply for the rest of my life to the way politics and the world works at the moment. Okay, Steve, take it away. I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. We're in a world full of spies who tell deluding lies. On TV, fake news. What's true, there's no clues. Deceiving to tease or lying to please. When truth hurts, I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. Oh, we talk and we talk, but can we do the walk? We live tangled lies where a spider's web thrives. Should we cheat like the rest, or is honesty best when truth hurts? I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. What's true, what's false, go right, go left, or is center the best? Is it white, is it black, is it grey, is it green, or all colours between? Dare we tell them all what we have seen when truth hurts? I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. This life is a complex. I drink as a reflex. One blurs my senses, one baffles my brain. Too much reality, life hurting again when truth hurts. I'd rather live in delusion than this world of confusion. Truth hid by illusion lies spread in profusion. So I'd rather live in delusion. That's my final conclusion. I'd rather live in delusion. Thank you. Oh. So you're saved from the next songs. So it looks like we have the judges back.
Indeed.
Ready to talk. So I will hand over, without ado, to who's going to start? Tim?
Right, okay. So we'll cycle round.
Yep.
Do you want us to just comment on the songs first? Is that right?
Yeah, if you just go through the songs and then announce your decision.
Okay. Right. So I will say that we have got a winner and a number two. We won't tell you who they are at the moment, but there were judges rooting for most of the songs that appeared. So it wasn't an easy thing, and there's a sort of consensus, and the winning song was only the top song in the view of one of the judges, so that gives you an idea of how close the competition was when we give the results. So I'll start with, I'll take Julia's song, and then if Alison takes the next one and Odette takes the next one, just to give them warning. Steve and Julia's song, a nice tie with the subject, the brief for the competition, and some very nice imagery in the words. I think that's the thing that struck me, and also a hint that it's really something of the past, even though it's still going on today. And I wonder if Steve and Julie felt that when they wrote it, that it was a bit of an anachronism now that they were still doing this and killing themselves in these races in the Nevada desert. But yes, a lovely song, very interesting. Thank you. Alison.
Okay, so I'm commenting here on Pete McKenna's Good Old Times Again. I think the strength of this song is that I sat back here and I thought, well, what I'm hearing here is a good old traditional folk song. And that was good. That was nice to feel that. Then I looked at the lyrics and I thought, well, yeah, I mean, these lyrics, they're bang up to date here and very pertinent. And then I took them as my next question, how does it fit with the theme of triumph and disaster? And I thought, yeah, it pretty much nails it too. There was a lot of good in this song. Thank you, Pete. Sorry, I'm finished there.
Okay. Okay, so the next song on the list, we're going down list, is Bob Hines, Sing the Blues. From my notes on this song, I've broken it down as well into 3 categories. Is it fitting, the lyrics and the tune? And I thought it was a lovely bluesy, guitar-led song. Had a good performance values in the performance we saw, and I love a bit of blues, so it certainly fit the bill for triumph over disaster. The words are in the song, you know, it's obviously fit, specifically fit that genre. I also I thought the lyrics were strong, but the tune was stronger. So I've yeah, all round I really enjoyed Bob's song, and yeah, and it did fit the bill, which I think is important with this competition. So thanks very much.
Thank you, Odette. And I'm now commenting on Simon Meakin's song, which was After. And I think this is a subject that's dear to all our hearts, that one day we'll actually go back to a life that we can live again. And the lyrics, you know, let's gather soon in the market square and sing and dance and celebrate there. And I'll drink to that. Yeah, so a real yearning for going back to some sort of life again. Thank you for that song. Alison.
Okay, so Rob now. The day the first bus came to town. Before I comment on that, Rob, can I just say I loved your warm-up song as well. I thought it was really nice. I was really enjoying that. Anyway, so the day the first bus came to town, I mean, the way in which infrastructure is managed in this country is often disappointing, and very, very powerful theme, I thought. I really liked the build in this song, the gentle subtleness at the beginning and the way it had light and shade all the way through. I liked the way it told a story, and I also really liked the way you managed the guitar and I know that we're looking at the song rather than necessarily the specific performance, but one can't help but be affected by it. I thought the way you managed the guitar to tailor it to the story was very nicely done too. All in all, good performance, a good song too. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so next is Nikki Blatchley Lullaby, and I love this song. It was beautiful a cappella, and he has a very warm, rich voice that I could happily listen to if I was a little child listening to a lullaby. I thought it's nice and it's refreshing to hear a cappella, and it does demand a kind of a strong voice, and I think he absolutely nailed that. And I think I've got the words in front of me as well, and it just reminded me of how strong the story is behind this song, and it is a bit tragic, but it is really beautiful, and I actually found myself singing along a harmony to the chorus, which is a good sign. So yeah, I gave this a good rating as well. It also fit the bill, which again is important, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Nikki. It was a beautiful song.
Thank you. So I'll pick up Mark Ashworth's song "Ill Wind." Very much in the sort of tradition of protest songs, this one, and you know, the strong against the weak, the rich against the poor, all there, and the profit out of pain. And quite a wicked hook, the ill wind that blows no one any good, when clearly we know who's getting the good and who's getting the bad. As you said, it's not always the case. So I think that was meant with more than a touch of irony, wasn't it? Can't see your response, so I yes, very nice song, nicely put together. Alice.
So Paul, One Man's Journey. I mean, how do you create a song around the horror of the history of slavery, and yet people have in the past, and you have here with this example, very, very powerful words from the outset. Yeah, really, really strong words, and it works well as a song in traditional style, but quite an undertaking to set yourself the task of making a song around this theme. So well done, and I think anyone listening to our judges tonight would have realised by now there aren't in tonight's set, there aren't any really weak songs. They are all strong in various ways, and this one's a good example. It's got really serious strengths. Well done.
Yep. Okay, next one is Jake Rowlingston, and this did very well. It was obviously very folky in the folk tradition, and it was a brilliantly written song. I love the lyrics, and the tune and the performance of it were really strong, and it's again a cappella. It's something to be able to pull off an a cappella song and keep people's interest all the way through, and it definitely did that. It was, in terms of fitting the bill, it certainly was tragedy in the song, but I believe he dies, so I'm not quite sure where the triumph in the song is, but you know, I gave it a very high score because I think it fits all of the criteria. A brilliantly written song, great performance, fits the topic, good lyrics, good tune. Well done, Jake. It's really good.
And the dog was a treat as well.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's just the dog we liked, really. It's just the dog.
Okay, and last but not least, then Chris Wilson's song "Signal Hill." quite a deep song, this one, and some of the imagery and some of the sort of mysticism worked into what is really quite a nasty and horrible cold event of the loss of a trawler. But the idea of this, what's it? I'm trying to the Sedna, the Newfoundland Sea deity. So referencing this, I think, to Newfoundland and to the home harbour of home port of the vessel. So it's Hull. Hull's lost its share of trawlers, hasn't it? So it's a very poignant song, interestingly put together. Thank you for that one. So, Alison, do you want to do the announcements? I think it's you're part of the folk club. You should do that.
Okay. Well, how about shall I announce the runner-up, and would one of you like to announce the winner?
That's a good idea. You announce the runner-up, and Adette can announce the winner.
And when the time comes for the winner,
Good delegation.
we'll present the trophy. But for now, so the runner-up tonight will receive a certificate to say so, and that'll be coming, no doubt, through the post at some point. And we're very pleased to be in total agreement that the runner-up with the song, get the title right, Echoes on the Wind, is Stephen Julie. And now, we will reveal the winner of the trophy, carrying the legend, awarded to the worthy winner of the Watford Folk Club Song Competition 2020.
You're going to have to pack that very carefully, Alison.
Okay, before I announce the winner, I would like to say how much we all enjoyed every single contribution. It was really tough. We ended up whittling it down to 4 of our favourites each, and you know, out of that, as I say, there were 7 or 8 that all were kind of winners in all of our eyes. So it was really across the board and really close. And but we were all agreed that this next artist was in our top ones, and that was so the winner is for the 2020 songwriting competition, Jake Rowlingson with the Ballad of John Palmer. Big congratulations and thank you to everybody. It was a tough gig.
Okay, thanks very much, judges. And I'd like to finish by just saying thank you very much to the judges for all the work they've done, and also thanks to Chris Lawley and to Steve, who've been have worked really hard to get the YouTube and the Zoom meeting to work and get everyone to join and all the sound right. I should also say that Steve was the guitarist in the Moorcrofters, so I gave him no credit at all earlier. So I mean, thanks everyone for taking part. I hope we'll have another competition next year. Hopefully we'll all actually manage to meet next year for the finals, and we'll think of something equally interesting for you to write about.
Do make Jake sing again.
Oh yes, that's right. Thank you. I'm just reminded. Yes. So the traditional last thing is, Jake, is you're going to have to sing your song one more time to finish the evening off.
Can I keep the same song? Yeah.
Yes, the winning song. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah. Well, thank you all very much. I really appreciate that.
Make sure the dog's with you, Joe.
The dog.
I feel put out that the dog wasn't included on the entry form. I'm not sure if it's allowed.
No, that's true. Although she didn't join the harmony, so she was just there as eye candy.
That's probably lucky, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, thank you all very, very much. I'm really proud of the win, so thank you very much. And I've really enjoyed sitting and listening to everyone else's as well. It's been a really good mix of kind of songs and styles and all sorts and themes and that. So I enjoyed myself. So thank you. Right, here we go. Here we go then. Thank you very much. Right, the Ballad of John Palmer. The idea of this is obviously it was written to be performed in company. So the chorus was very much written to be joined in with. So even if you're on mute, if you do want to join in, I really would appreciate it, and please do if you fancy doing. So yeah, cheers, good night, and all that business. And right, Ballad John Palmer. Right, Jesse, you ready? You can join in. Me name it is John Palmer. I'm a carpenter by trade. The best for miles around, at least that's what they used to say. You coming up? No, she's just going to sit by me. I'll start again. Me name it is John Palmer. I'm a carpenter by trade. The best for miles around, at least that's what they used to say. In Yorkshire in the year of 1738, a man called Richard Turpin took my name but not my face. He was wanted by the law for killing the king's deer, and I do curse the very day he came and sheltered here. For while in York he took my name, professed it as his own, but the magistrates were wary. They said, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. So out went I to answer those who called to me by name and charged me with the robbery of horses from the plain. I told them I was not their man and damned them all to hell. They answered with a club, and so I woke up in this cell. Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. I begged and I did plead with them all on my bended knee. Though the name they had was mine, the crime did not belong to me. My wife came to identify, and believing all the lies, she spat into my face and said she wanted me to die. Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Well, I was here so long I thought I'd rot, and in the cell my thoughts were of my family and home. And then one day the jailer came, he said my time had come. The jury found me guilty, by the neck I would be hung. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Well, up onto the scaffold like a puppet on a string, to prepare me for the swing. The floor opened from under me, and then I fell like lead. And as the crowd were cheering, they confirmed that I was dead. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. And how they found, and how they say they found this highwayman, I understand. He wrote a letter home so they could verify his hand. But as I sit here in me grave, I only think to say that if your name is Palmer, you may live to rue. We know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the noose. Oh, Palmer, we know just who you are. Palmer, you've ridden near and far. Palmer, the alias you use. Your name is Richard Turpin, and your fate it is the news. Cheers, folks. Thanks very much.
Well done.
All right, thanks.
Well done, everyone.
Thanks.
Well done, Jake.
Thanks very much, Jake. Thanks everyone for
Thank
taking
you very
part.
much. Ta.
Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Can I just say we should have some applause for Nigel Moorcroft, who's put all this together and made it work.
Good man.
Get to listen to a lot of new songs, which is great. Okay, so thanks everyone for taking part. I think this is we've got to say goodbye now. Hope to see you all soon. Hope you all stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
What have I forgotten?
The YouTube feed will stay live or will stay put for several days, but we might edit it down. So
I said something wrong.
Nigel, can you send me Jake's address at some point?
Oh yeah, I'll send you that. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, judges.
Cheers, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody.
Thank you, Odette. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well done,
Yeah,
Jake.
thanks to the judge. The judges were great too. Excellent work.
Good night.
Great
Good
night.
night. Good night.
Night, everyone.
Good night.